So I am 100% just sitting on the floor right now because this is where I tend to get ready. I've got a big mirror here, I've got a little mirror here, got a whole little setup right here. And this is really my makeup space in the corner of my bedroom. So this is where I get ready, so you'll probably see all of this behind me, and I'm watching Ghost Adventures, if anybody cares. Probably not, but we're gonna start by priming my face, and I'm gonna use this Cover FX Water Cloud Primer. I haven't used this very much, and to be honest, I don't remember what I think about it. It doesn't really smell like anything, which is nice. I'm gonna shake it a little bit because it seemed like it was a little bit separated. It seems like goopy. I don't know, is it supposed to be like that? It feels nice on the skin, so there is that. My skin looks very hydrated after using that, so I'll have to see how that does throughout the day. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm gonna put on a little bit of the Milk Makeup Blur Stick, which if you saw my declutters, I said I wasn't the biggest fan of this. It's fine, it's not my favorite. I'm gonna use it, but I don't know if it actually, like, I guess it blurs a little bit. I guess my thing is that it's maybe just a little bit too mattifying for my preference. So again, if you saw my declutters, my two favorite foundations right now are both from Makeup Forever. So the Reboot and the Matte Velvet Skin. My skin has not been super great lately, so I'm gonna go for the Matte Velvet Skin because it is a higher coverage. And I have these are the Paw Paw sponges from A1A, or I don't know. You can get them off of Amazon in like a pack of 6 for $7, something like that. But I think you can get them, what is it, Shop Miss A is where you can get them as well. So and I use this in the shade R210. I have so much red in my skin these days that when I put foundation on, everything looks too pale. But it's not. Like, look at the coverage on that. Like, that is so beautiful. And then for concealer today, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy. I have the shade 16N, which is Fair Light Neutral. This stuff is great. The coverage is not as high as the original Shape Tape. My skin is too dry for the original Shape Tape. Where are you in this house? And this looks nuts, but it's a little bit peachy, which helps me to kind of color correct anything that I need to color correct. So once it's all blended out, it looks fine. It just looks a little bit orange and peachy. Otherwise, I guess I need my brushes. Okay, then for powder, what is this? Where is this coming from? For powder, I'm gonna use my old favorite Coty Airspun on this LA Colors brush that I found at Walmart that I absolutely love. It was like $4. Tapped a lot into the lid. I'm not using all of this. And then I'm gonna just press and tap. And I'm pressing because it'll set everything but not disturb everything. Like sweeping and doing this can kind of move everything around. So I just like to tap everything in first, and then I'll pick up a little bit of extra powder and just gently kind of buff over everything just to make sure there's not excess powder sitting in one spot on my face. I'm definitely gonna need to get a chair because I'm not digging this angle, and I'm sorry, but I need to get a chair first so I can be up a little bit higher and have a better angle and not feel like you guys are gonna be looking like down at my face. Anyway, so I'll work on that. But I'm using the Kimchi Chic Thaler bronzer in 01. I went to Malibu. And just this Isaac Mizrahi brush that I got in a set from TJ Maxx. This is like my favorite bronzer brush. I've seen them at TJ Maxx recently, just with a different color handle, like maybe a pink handle for Valentine's Day. But you can still get this brush if you want to have like a good, more compact bronzer brush. I don't know, I just love the way it blends, like, and this bronzer is amazing and blends like seamlessly as well. So I think this came in a set with a flat foundation brush, a fan brush, and like an angled contour brush like this. Yeah, I think it's a 4-brush set, and then it comes with a brush canister as well. But anyway, enough talking about my brushes. What are like things that you guys enjoy watching on YouTube now? I know from like how well my declutters do, I know people love watching declutters because I get a ton of views on my declutters. I'm finding I don't get a ton of views on like foundation reviews anymore, where I used to get, like, when I first started uploading videos on YouTube, I used to get like a decent amount of reviews on foundation reviews, but I don't anymore. And I like foundation reviews, but I'm just curious as like what you guys as viewers like to watch on YouTube, because I want to make content that you guys enjoy watching if I'm going to be more consistent in making content, but I also want to make content that I find enjoyable to make also. So I don't know, I'm going to have to find that balance, and I'm going to have to figure it all out, because I definitely want to be more consistent in having videos up this year. And I think right now I'm just gonna keep it at trying to do 1 to 2 videos a week. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. I guess I kind of have been contouring. I don't know. What I have been doing is taking this Kimchi Chic powder in the shade Ivender, which is like a lavender ivory white. It's white. Like, it's white. And it's pigmented white. So, and then I'll take this brush. This is a MAC 168, I believe. It's just an angled, it's just like an angled contour brush. And I'll just dip into a little bit of that powder and kind of just clean up and brighten under my bronzer. Like, can you tell a difference? I don't know. In person, it makes a difference. On camera, I don't know. Especially with this weird light. Let's see, maybe on this side you can tell. See, it just kind of brightens that area up and defines the contours a little bit more. And then I'll do the same thing up under my eye. that you can definitely see a difference, how much brighter this side is versus this side. And then I'll just do some in the middle of my forehead as well. I'm down my nose. And I just go back with my bronzer brush, just so I'm not leaving any kind of harsh edge. So I get the brightness and I get the warmth, but no crazy lines. Everything just turns out super blended. Let me see if I can get closer. See? Everything is super blended and soft, but I still feel contoured and sucked in a little bit. For blush, I'm gonna use my Jaclyn Hill Rouge Romance blush palette in Rouge Affair. I don't know what color I want to use. I've been using this and this. Like, these colors scare me, but I like the way they look on my skin. So, I don't know. Real Techniques blush brush. I am gonna start with this shade here, which is called Admirer. I'm not sure if you can still get these palettes. You might be able to on Morphe's website. Or maybe the Jaclyn Hill website, but like, just how pretty is this blush? Is that enough? I don't think that's enough. We're gonna add more. I go ham with blush. I need to shave my face. So this is where I spray my face for the first time. And I have been using this Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. I don't know if this really does anything to make my skin glowy more than any other spray that I've used, but it's not bad and it's inexpensive, so. It kind of smells like hairspray. Then for highlighter today, I'm going to use this one from Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian by Juvia's Loose Highlighter in Clio. It's like a champagne kind of gold color. I'm just going to go in the cap. I don't know why I did that, so weird. Like, look at that. Doing my declutter, like, made me realize that I need to use other things instead of, like, the same 8 things I use all the time. So this next part is something I only do because I have dry skin. I go under my bronzer with highlighter, which is completely up to you if you want to do that, but I do. I don't know when I started doing that, but I just like the way my makeup looks when I do it. So there's highlighter. Now I need to do eyebrows. I do my makeup so backwards. So I filled my eyebrows in off of camera. I have a full dedicated video to that if you guys want to watch it. I will link it down below. If not, I think you can search my channel for how I do my brows. I did prime my lids. I used the P. Louise base in Rumor 01, and I did set it down with a little bit of powder because it is just too tacky for me straight out the gate. Like, the way I do eyeshadow, that is too tacky for. It is what it is. I know they say you're not supposed to set it, but I do, and I get the same amount of longevity out of it. Anyway, moving on to eyeshadow. So there are 3 palettes that I reach for when I'm doing like my normal everyday soft glam look, which is a look that I also will wear to go work a wedding because it's appropriate, it's professional. If I'm show up with this color palette on my eyes to work a wedding, it's not appropriate, it's not professional. So the 3 palettes that I reach for for my kind of everyday soft glam look are this one. This is the Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals palette from Morphe. You have a great gradient here of light to dark and full row of matte, full row of shimmer. I really enjoy this palette. I grab it a lot. This is a palette of my single shadows. These are all here from Sydney Grace. I have a full dedicated video on Sydney Grace eyeshadows that I can link below as well if you would like to watch that. And then the other palette I grab is also from Morphe. This is the original Jaclyn Hill palette. And I grab this a lot because I can get full range of the spectrum in all the warm neutral colors that I want. And it's so easy for me to use this, like I don't even have to think about it. So that's another good one for every day. And if I did want to add some color, I do have that option as well. I travel with this, or I did travel with this when we traveled around pre-COVID. Use the Divine Neutrals palette today because I am just at home. I'm pretty sure we're running to Target this afternoon and I don't need to look straight up crazy glam. So I'm gonna start with this shade here called Good Vibes. I like this color above it called Just Barely, but it just barely shows up. So we're gonna start with Good Vibes. And I'm just gonna keep my eye open and look straight ahead. And I'm buffing above my crease, if that makes sense. Can I get closer? Oh, without knocking everything over. Okay, because you don't really need to see my lips for this, so. So I look straight ahead into my mirror and buff above my crease. And that kind of lifts my eye a little bit because as I get further and further into my 30s, my eyebrow goes further and further down. So we're lifting, we're lifting, we're lifting. Then I take this same brush, same color, and I go under my eye as well to help camouflage my wrinkles. My husband insists I don't need Botox. I insist I do. So then I'm gonna switch to this Morphe M573. It's just like a tapered blending brush. And then I'm going to go to this shade called Booked, which is the next lightest, but like I need to flip these. Anyway, Booked. So I keep my eyes open when I do my eye makeup. It's basically how I check my symmetry because I can see where everything is and how it's blended. But I'm gonna stick this directly into my socket and just start going back and forth, picking up more as I need it. And then I need to blend up above my crease a little bit. Not too much, just enough to kind of push my eye back in a little bit. See the difference? Just adding that little bit of depth made. It's amazing. This is a Real Techniques brush. What is this? Is this a deluxe crease brush? I have no idea. But then I take a brush that's kind of dense, like this, but still blends, and I'll pick up that same color, and again, take that up underneath my eye. And I kind of will run that in my crease as well. Then I'm gonna use this smaller brush. This is a Morphe brush. This is a JS6 brush. It's very similar to a MAC 217, if you're curious. And then I'm gonna go to the next darkest shade, which is Boo Bear, right here. And I'm gonna take it on one side of the brush. Does that make sense? And then I'm going to tap it in the outer corner, just to get the most pigmentation on the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm going to kind of blend it across. And I do this a couple of times to get the depth and the darkness that I like or want. So I'll just go back and forth until I get it as dark as I want. And then I will take a little bit, like one little boop on the tip of the brush and turn it upside down to where the dirty part is on the top of my lid and the clean part is above my crease. So, like that. And then just so I'm blending that darkness down into my crease versus up above my crease, if that makes sense. And then I go underneath my eye with that same dark color and a skinnier brush. Right here. And I go about halfway. Okay, now I'm gonna go back with a little bit of my P. Louise base. Just a little bit. Like, that's how much I'm gonna use. Like, none. So I'm just gonna split it between my fingers. And this is like a lazy way to cut your crease. It's the lazy girl's way to cut the crease. I'll take my finger, go into the lightest shade of Chic Happens, and press that on top. You know, you can also do this with a brush, but like that's so much faster to use your finger. So then, once I've done my lazy cut crease, I'll go back with this brush that I used for the darkest shade so far. And just buff over the edge so there's not a harsh line there. So then this brush is very dirty. Don't judge me. It's a 221 from MAC, so it's really skinny, really tiny blending brush. And I'm gonna go with the darkest shade here called Cinnamon Roll. And I'm gonna pack it on the tip of the brush and just kind of run it at an angle, kind of like you're doing liner, but really soft. See, and it kind of gives you that smokiness without darkening the eye. I don't know. Because if I have to get up early and get ready to work a wedding, I'm not gonna do eyeliner. I'm just not. I mean, let's be realistic. I'm not gonna do eyeliner anyway. So going in with an angle brush, that same really dark color, and I'm gonna get right at the lash line and just fill in any bald areas that didn't like get dark enough for me. And that is the eyeshadow. I feel like that was more in depth than I wanted to do, but this is a go-to look for me on days that I do weddings, because if I'm not talking through it, it takes me like 5 minutes. So then I'm gonna set my face with some Smashbox primer water. My go-to mascara lately has been the Essence Lash Princess. I rediscovered this. Ulta had a huge bin out, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll try it again. It's $5. What's it gonna hurt? It's the best $5 mascara ever. Like, just wait. Just wait. Look at that. Look at that. It's a little clumpy right now, but once I brush it out a little bit more, it'll be fine. But, like, look at my eyelashes. $5. $5. So usually day to day, if I'm going to work or something like that, the lipstick I use is the lipstick that's in my car because I'll forget to put lipstick on, or I'll have to pull something out of my kit. So I have lipstick on. However, if I'm going to choose, I have been super into a brown lip. Can't even see the color. A brown lip. So this is ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Control, or CTRL. I don't know if that's supposed to be Control. So, yeah. And then this is the Jaclyn Hill Pout Spoken liquid lipstick in I'm a Cancer. I love this color. I'm not the hugest fan of the formula. They are very dry. But like a yellowy nude brown for fall, winter, come on. I have no idea what I'm gonna call this video. Everyday soft glam? No. Neutral soft glam? I'm going to work a wedding and I need to look presentable quickly. I don't know, but like I said earlier, let me guys know what you want to see, and I feel like I should have done more talking in this video, but I didn't. If you have any questions, leave them below. Maybe I'll do like a Q&A or something. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will see y'all next time.